Hello everyone, I am Hiren Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So in this video, we are going to start the few topics of first chapter, ultrasonic and NDT. So the topics are properties of ultrasonic waves, magnetostriction effect, production of ultrasonic wave by magnetostriction method, advantages and disadvantages of magnetostriction method, and numerical based on above method. So now, before moving on to the properties of ultrasonic wave, I will show you the basic concept of ultrasonic waves. So now, all of you have heard about audio waves. So audio wave ranges between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, which can hear by the normal human. But ultrasonic wave has a properties that its frequency is greater than 20 kilohertz. So it cannot hear by normal human. So as you can see in the figure, there are some animals which can hear ultrasonic waves. So now we will going to discuss the properties of ultrasonic waves. So first is frequency of ultrasonic wave is greater than 20 kilohertz. Second, we know that relation between frequency and wavelength is given by f equal to c by lambda. So frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. So if frequency is higher, then wavelength is small. So we can say that wavelength of ultrasonic wave is very small. So it has higher penetrating power. Now, it can travel over long distance and it is highly directional. Now, we know the relation between energy and wavelength. E is equal to hc by lambda. So here lambda is small. So we can say that energy of ultrasonic wave is higher. And now, speed of propagation increases with increases in frequency. So these are the properties of ultrasonic wave. Now we know that ultrasonic waves are sound waves. So it undergoes reflection, refraction and diffraction like sound waves. So these all are properties of ultrasonic waves. Now we will going to understand magnetostriction effect, because this effect is used in generation of ultrasonic waves. So we are going to study the first method of generation of ultrasonic wave, and it is magnetostriction method. It is also known as magnetostriction oscillator. So now see here in this slide, there is a magnetic field, north pole and south pole. So when this magnetic field is applied to ferromagnetic rod, you know about the ferromagnetic material. These are permanent magnets. Okay. So when this magnetic field applied to ferromagnetic rod, so what happened? So small change in length occurs. Why this happen? Because when alternating magnetic field applied to ferromagnetic rod parallel to its axis, then this rod gets contraction and expansion and it starts to vibrate. So we can see here the small change in length occurs. So this effect is used in generation of ultrasonic waves in magnetostriction oscillator. So again I repeat this effect. When alternating magnetic field is applied on ferromagnetic rod on parallel to its length, the rod gets contractions and expansions and it starts to vibrate. Okay. So now we will going to understand the production of ultrasonic waves by magnetostriction method. So first of all, we will see the construction of that method. So here you can see in the slide that ferromagnetic rod AB is clamped at X. Now there are two coils wounded on this ferromagnetic rod, coil L1 and L2. Both these coils are not physically connected, but they are inductively coupled. Now, variable capacitor is connected across coil L1. This forms the resonant circuit. We are aware about that resonant circuit. By varying this capacitor, we can vary the frequency of that resonant circuit, and frequency of that resonant circuit is given by F is equals to 1 upon 2 pi root L1 C1. Now, here you can see that battery is connected between coil L1 and emitter of transistor. So, other side of resonance circuit is connected to collector of transistor through milliammeter. And now coil L2 is connected between base and emitter of transistor. So this is the construction behind this magnetostriction oscillator. Now we will going to understand the operation of that oscillator. Here C stands for collector, B stands for base, E stands for emitter. Now when battery is switched on, so the current starts to flow through the resonant circuit L1 C1. Here that frequency is given by F equals to 1 upon 2 pi root L1 C1. Now we know that according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, when current flowing through the coil, it generates magnetic flux or magnetic field. Now some part of this flux is connected to coil L2. So what happened? Both these coils are mutually coupled. So EMF produced in the coil L2 and it is again applied to the transistor and resonant circuit. So here a loop occurs. Now we know that frequency of that resonant circuit F is equals to 1 upon 2 pi root L1 C1. Now we can set this frequency to the frequency of rod. So at that time resonance occur, and when resonance occur, that ferromagnetic rod starts to vibrate, small change in length occurs according to magnetostriction effect and ultrasonic waves produce. So we can say that the natural frequency of rod is given by F is equals to 1 upon 2L under root E by rho. So now at resonance both the frequency will become equal. So this is the working of magnetostriction method. Again I rewind some important points related to this operation. So you have to keep in mind these important points. So when battery is switched on, current flowing through the resonant circuit L1 C1. Now when current flowing through the coil, it generates magnetic field. Some part of this flux linked with coil L2. Now EMF produced in the coil L2 and is again applied to the resonant circuit through the transistor. So we have to observe that by varying that capacitor of resonant circuit, we can set that frequency is equal to the natural frequency of the rod and resonance will occur. At that time ultrasonic waves of frequency F is equals to 1 by 2L under root E by rho can produced, where L stands for length of rod, E stands for Young's modulus and rho stands for density. Now here are the advantages of magnetostriction method. It is simple in design, production cost is low. At low ultrasonic frequency, large output power is possible, and we can produce frequency from 100 Hz to 3000 kHz by using that magnetostriction oscillator. Here are the disadvantages, that we cannot generate ultrasonic waves of frequency greater than 3000 kHz. Here in this magnetostriction method, the frequency depends on temperature. So it is also a disadvantage of this method. And now we know that here coils are involved, and whenever coils are involved, there are some losses related to these coils or magnetic hysteresis, like hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. So there might be chances of this type of losses in magnetostriction method. So now we will see some numericals based on that magnetostriction method. So we will start with the first example. Calculate the capacitance required to produce ultrasonic waves of 10 raised to 6 Hz with an inductance of 1 Henry. So we have to find the capacitance. Here the given data is frequency equals to 10 raised to 6 Hz and inductance L1 equals to 1 Henry. So we can find the capacitance by using that basic formula of frequency F is equals to 1 by 2 pi root L1 C1. By putting all this data in this equation, we can easily find the capacitance. So now, second example, calculate the length of an iron rod which can be used to produce ultrasonic waves of 20 kHz. Density of iron is 7.23 into 10 raised to 3 kilogram per meter cube, and Young's modulus is 11.6 into 10 raised to 10 Newton per meter square. So here we have to find the length of an iron rod. So now we are aware of this formula of rod, F is equals to 1 by 12 under root E by rho. So here density, Young's modulus and frequency are given. So we can find the length of rod using this equation. Okay. So in this video we have discussed about properties of ultrasonic waves, generation of ultrasonic waves by magnetostriction method, and various advantages and disadvantages of this method. And at last we have seen two examples based on that method. So in next video we are going to discuss the second method of ultrasonic waves is piezoelectric method. So thanks for watching.